hey gang, how you doing? Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, covering all of the fishing action for our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet for the 12th through the 20th of November 2023. Wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Thank you for checking in. Thanks for spending time with us. And please, if you like what we're doing, do us a big favor, give us a thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. First and foremost, want to wish you and all of yours, wherever you are, a very happy, peaceful, and safe Thanksgiving week and holidays. I hope you have a really great one. We're looking forward to some turkey and gravy and all kinds of things we usually don't get in Mexico. Nothing with tortillas. Looking forward to a really great home-cooked meal that Jill's going to make for all of us. So wherever you are, I hope you're going to have a good one as well. Let's talk about what's been going on down in La Paz. It was a crazy week, I will tell you that. We had the Baja 1000 in town, and talk about a big party. 4 or 5 days packed with people, thousands of people. The entire Malecon for miles closed down. It was a noisy, musical, fun-filled affair. I mean, there were so many people lining the Malecon up and down, back and forth. 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, cars racing up and down, teams all over the place. Every hotel booked up. The beaches were full. The restaurants were packed. Our Tailhunter restaurant, which if you've been listening to us, the front of our restaurant got ripped off in Hotel Norma about a month ago. We got it back up. We got things opened up, and we were packed every single day. I mean, we were running out of tortillas. We were running out of tomatoes. That's how busy we were. A great fun time. The cars, there were hundreds of teams there of every class. I mean, trucks, cars, motorcycles. A great time had by all. It was great for the city. Great to be back, especially after the down times we've had from COVID, and since then. Things are back on track, and it was great to see and great for the city. So if you happen to be in town, you know what I'm talking about. This happens every single year. This year, they started in La Paz and race towards Ensenada. The Baja 1000 comes around every year. Try to catch it next time if you can. Anyway, let's talk about fishing for a moment. As you've heard me tell you over the last couple of weeks, the northern winds are back. The seasons have definitely changed. We're no longer in the warm blue water species that we've had, and we had a great season with lots of Dorado this year. Probably the best Dorado season I've had in the 30 years that Tailhunter Sportfishing has been in town. That being said, it's not a real good time to be on the water. I'll be real honest with you. I love the bookings. I'm answering people every single day, phone calls, emails. Folks are coming into town. A lot of the snowbirds coming in. I got 2 or 3 today from Canada, somebody from Alaska coming in, someone from New York wanted to come in. They want to go fishing. They want to go whale watching. They want to do all kinds of things that really, just to be honest and in perfect transparency, I always like to tell folks, here's what it is. You've got about a 50-50 chance of getting either blown off the water or getting canceled. And we've been around for about 30 years in town. And there are outfitters in town. There's great outfitters. Don't get me wrong about that. But there are some outfitters in town, and we all need business. But some won't tell you about the weather. And whether you book with us or you book with someone else, once you get on the water and once you've paid your money, there's no refund. So that's why we always recommend you get trip insurance. So I like to be upfront when I talk to people and they want to come down fishing, because in many cases it's families, or they're just getting away and they're snowbirds. They don't necessarily want to fish hardcore like some of our other folks want to do 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. They're just out to get some sunshine, enjoy some time on the beach, and maybe just get out one day on the water. So what I usually tell them, be flexible. Give me a call, check with me about a week before you're ready to come down and go fishing or be in La Paz. And that way I can check the extended forecast and I can look and go, well, maybe this day's not so good, that day's not so good, the winds are going to be blowing. But if you can wait 2 or 3 days, this looks like a better window for you to get out. And make no mistake, there's still some fish around. I'm really surprised. Most of the folks that are going out right now, if we do get them out, are locals. And locals have the ability to go, well, I'm not going to go here, but I have this day off and it looks like the winds are going to be okay. And they have the ability to pick and choose the special days or the least windy days that they can get out. Because if you go out on a windy day, I'm telling you, you may not even get on the boat. They may close down the port. The port captain may go, nobody's going in, nobody's going out. Or you may start to get out and get blown right back onto the beach. Or even if you get out, because the wind and the waves are so rough, that you may not even get any live bait, so it's almost worthless to be out there. But the locals, and we have a lot of our friends who can still go out and pick and choose which days they're going out, they're still finding fish. Surprisingly, here we are, almost December, deep into the wintertime bite, if you so to speak, and there's still some Dorado around, and some nice 5 to 20 pound Dorado. Not a lot of them, but that gives me some indication there's still some warm water around. Most of them are being caught doing some trolling, but they're also biting dead bait, frozen bait, as well as if you can catch some bonita, some stripped or chunked, bloody, oily bonita, which they're still willing to bite on that. Not a lot of them, but we're still catching 2 or 3 when you can get out. We did have some friends go out, and on several days, one of our friends told us he went out 3 days in a row. 2 of the days he got blown back to shore. The third day he got out and he got 4 or 5 really nice Dorado, but he had to cut the day short because the winds did start coming up later on in the day. As well as Dorado, like I said, there's bonita that we're using for bait, and those are always a lot of fun. There's some cabria that are in, snapper are biting. There are some Sierra that are biting as well. And check this out. Here we are, December. We're still getting some biters on sailfish. And this year, we didn't get a lot of billfish, but we got some really nice sailfish, and they are some of the biggest sailfish I've seen in the 30 years I've been in La Paz. They are the size of marlin. I'm talking 120, 130, 140 pound sailfish, and we did get a couple of hookups this week. Again, not a lot of folks going out. I had all of 3-4 boats this week. I don't have anybody next week so far. But like I tell folks, give me a couple of days heads up and I can check ahead of time to see which days may or may not be good. Also, looks like we're starting to get some of those big Pargo liso. We did catch the world record a couple of years ago, a 46-pound Pargo liso. These are those big mullet snapper. And usually we start seeing those in the springtime, and they start to come into the shallows, and they look like an undulating ball of red, just like Japanese koi in a koi pond, except these can be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pound fish. And it looks like they've moved in. If you check some of these photos, take a look at these. They're inshore. They're starting to move in. Don't let the size of these fish fool you. These are tough fish. If you hook 1 or 2, 4 or 5 even, if you get one to the boat, that's pretty good odds, because these fish will tug and they'll pull and they will break lines and they'll pull you right back into the rocks. But they are a lot of fun. So it looks like they've moved in as well. Again, to be perfectly honest with you, you've got to pick and choose your windows to when you're going to come out, and be aware that you may just have to come back in early. Be aware that there may not be any live bait. Be aware that you may be restricted on some of the areas that we normally fish because it's too rough to get in or out. And when these northern winds are blowing consistently like they are right now, it makes it very, very tough, especially to get out with our boats in La Paz, because you've got to go north, right into the teeth of the wind, right into the waves. And whether you're snorkeling or whether you're going to Espiritu Santo Island, whether you're going fishing, if you're heading north out of La Paz Bay, personally, I wouldn't do it. I don't like getting wet, don't like getting bounced around. I know I can find some other dates that I'd rather go, or some other places I'd rather fish, but doing the whale watching right now, or going to Espiritu Santo Island to go snorkeling, those are all very, very iffy things right now during the winter times, especially if the winds are blowing. And there's also a very good chance that it may be so strong that the port captain may close down all boat traffic. And like I said, whether you book with us or book with somebody else, at least we tell you about the winds, because there are some others who won't say anything about it. They'll take your money and they won't give you any refund. So just be aware of that, okay? Anyway, that's going to be a quick wrap-up on what's going on. I'll try to keep you as posted as often as I can. For all of you who are asking how my knee surgery went, that was about 3 weeks ago. It's getting better. I'm still hobbling around. I had full left knee replacement about 3 weeks ago. Jill's taken great care of me, and it's coming along. I'm still using a walker, but fingers crossed I'll be able to hobble here and there a little faster with each passing week. I'm doing that physical therapy, and that's the part that's been the most difficult. But anyway, thank you for all your good wishes, phone calls, emails, cards, wishing me well. It's coming along. And again, from Jill and I, from all of us in La Paz at our Tailhunter team, thank you so much for everything. God bless you all. Have a great, happy, peaceful, and blessed Thanksgiving. We'll catch you next week. I'm Jonathan for the Mexican Minute.